The problem with the drama community is that they constantly have to find drama, and usually they piss off a lot of people. They end up like pissing a huge lot of people. So, from my understanding, right now there are people pissed at Ralph, and they are trying to send this footage to the lady's father. Now, again, like, why would you do this to yourself? Why would you? I don't know, man. Like, this is beyond DSP. Like, even when DSP cracked the nut, he didn't realize the camera is on. You know, like, the man had excuses. But, like, Ralph actually had to move the mouse, click on the video, drag it all the way. Now, he says he's not the one doing it. Fair enough, but, like, that means that he gave it to a third party, which the third party uploaded, if what he says is to be believed. Eat the chocolate thumb cord, do it big, and oh my fucking god, no. Ralph isn't the same one for 2 years ago, V. Like, what happened? And who is this PPP? I don't know. Research what happens in Belarus after this, V. Man, like, we're talking about important things, right? Holy shit. You know, like, I kind of miss the time when you could do this on YouTube and you could have these discussions on YouTube, but like now it's not. Yeah. Still waiting for him to fight Worski. Did they want to fight? Like, I didn't know that. And again, who is PPP? I legitimately don't know who PPP is. Ralph thought it was all funny to make fun of you, V. Don't let up. Well, no, Ralph thought that it's good to make money out of making fun of me, which, like, look, I don't have this big ego. Like, I don't mind if people make fun of me on the internet. Like, as long as it doesn't transcend into real life and they start sending shit to my family and that type of... I'm fine with it. So I didn't mind Ralph making fun of it. Like, we're cool. We talked about it. We talked it over. You know, we worked it out. But, like, this is just... I don't think there is anyone on the internet that has done something so derpy. Like, this is a brand new level of derp that it's inconceivable. You know, like... And again, like... It's not just that it was the vanilla thing that happened. It's like, okay, he's got the coochie coochie with the lady. Congratulations, welcome to the human race. Like, almost everyone has coochie coochie with the lady. That's not even like... But you're showing your index protruding into the marmalade hole and scooping up the marmalade and then sniffing it. Why do you want the public to know this? Why is this something that you feel to share with the class? Like, Sargon just... He rolled his eye. Like what I like about Sargon's reaction is that, like, to him it wasn't shocking. Like, it was to be expected. Like something that he expected. You know, it's going to happen at one point or another. I mean, he didn't even spend a minute on it. He just... He notices the link, he doesn't click on it, and he says, like, he rolls his eyes, oh yeah, well, you know, that's Rolf. It's like, what? Well, you did not pound that Sargon Dragon in SL, though. Oh yeah, like, this is when I actually stopped engaging with internet blood sports. I mean, it was getting to ridiculous land. It's like me and Sargon having, like, this secret romance for 14 years now, I think, like, or 10 years, or how long, and we just kept it a secret throughout all this time. But, you know, little did we know that Scooby-Doo and the Nugget Joggers are going to find out about it. And it's like, okay, well, if they're just going to push shit that doesn't exist and just make shit up at this point, like, why would I even engage? Please stream you watching American World War II propaganda. I'm going to do that in another stream, man. Like, right now we're talking about interesting things. Scrump sent it to Sargon. Man, there were 5 people sending it to me. You know, like, do you know how many times I get people saying, oh, V, you should check this out. Oh, V, look what's happening with IBS. Oh, Vic, look at this clip. I don't care. You know, but now... You got me. Congratulations. You got, like, this was just too much. This was, like, even for me, I had to say something about it because it's like, oh my god, no, I didn't watch it, but it was described to me to great lengths. I understand it was like it takes place over the sea, you know, and it's like the sea is wobbling. It's like a stormy sea, and the boat is trying to find a way inside. Like this is how it was described to me. If Ralph keeps turning into such a potato, JF is going to try and impregnate him. Um, it's I mean, how do you even recover from this? You know, like what do you say next time you stream? This has also to be a question. Like I was always afraid of this. You know, like I watched Vosh, and Vosh has like Vosh is also like the new internet Bloodsports. Like really, Vosh I think has copied the same format and put it on YouTube. Like all he has to do is to go to a person like Count Dankula, make some stupid accusations. It's like, oh, you're a white supremacist or whatnot. And then it's like, debate me, bro. Count Dankula comes on his channel, and then he gets super chats, right? Like that's how it works. That's how the system functions. Perfect. And I see this picture of Vosh with him at the computer without a shirt on, and this mademoiselle, this lady, is caught coming into the angle, right? Like she walks in, and I'm thinking like, no, this has to be Photoshop, right? Like this can't be it. Like, because I'm looking at how the chat is reacted, and like the chat isn't reacting to it, which means either this is Photoshop, or this has been happening more than once to the point where it's normal and people don't even react, you know? And it's like, yeah, Vosh is like sitting there, and this fairy walks in, you know, and she looks a little bit tired. She looks a little bit exhausted. She looks like she didn't want to wake up. There are no underwear in that picture anywhere to be found. And there is no bra either. In fact, there is very little clothing going on, okay? And the internet is laughing at it. And I'm like, you know, well, it can happen. I mean, I guess it can happen. Because I constantly tell my girlfriend, like non-stop, I tell her, look, I'm live streaming. Look, I'm live streaming. And she was irritated at one point and said, like, just stop telling me when you're live streaming. I don't care. And then I show her the picture, you know? I go like, look, this is what happens. This is what happens when... And she's like, oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much. Like, from now on, every time you're live streaming, please tell me. You know, like, I get accidents, you know, wardrobe malfunctions. They happen on television. But, like, this is when you personally decide, hey, internet, check this out. Congratulations, V, you'll never be kicked again. Thank you, Mycroft Holmes. Ralph and Failure, Tonka, Cognitive Thought, and Andy Worski, but he destroyed them with drama. He became a victim of the cancel culture he helped to create. Oh yeah, the cancel culture. Yeah, like the far right was delving into a lot of cancel culture. Not the hosts, you know, not necessarily like the people creating the shows, but the fans watching it. Like, I have seen them try to cancel each other. They try to cancel me, and it's like, you know, using the far leftists' own morality to try to cancel others, and it like, this is self-destructing, you know, it's spiraling out of control. And I want it out. Like, I'm not interested, you know, in making that type of money. It was a really good business back in 2019, or was it 2018? I forgot which year it was. It was a very good business. But, you know, like, eventually it wasn't going to last. It was obvious that coming the elections, the far left is going to make sure that they crack the whip on everyone on YouTube. Like, I can't name many right-wingers that are still on YouTube. You know, like, what do we got? We got Black Pigeon Speaks. And I'm talking, like, people that aren't associated with, you know, like a company like Steven Crowder. I'm talking, like, little guys. A little quote-unquote, because Black Pigeon Speaks isn't that little. But, you know, like, self-made people. What do we got that's right-wing? Who do we got that's right-wing on YouTube right now? You got Black Pigeon Speaks. I guess you can say Sargon is right-wing right now, because, like, the far left is just, you know, like, if you go to a leftist and you don't use the proper pronouns, they freak out and they call you a fascist. So I guess like Sargon is still here, but he's demonetized. BPS is demonetized as well. Uh, whom else? Bering? I guess like Bering is someone that you could consider right wing. Distributist, yeah, Distributist is really good. Styx Hexenhammer and Razor Fist. Yeah, I don't think like Dan Sargoni is a centrist, man. Like, if you're going to support right-wing candidates, if you're going to, you know, disagree with the left-leaning orthodoxy, I don't know, like, you can call yourself a... Fucking Tim Pool is right-wing. Mini Beanie is right-wing. He's like, oh, MAGA, make America great again, you know? Like, Tim Pool, I never thought that Tim Pool is actually going to be Make America Great Again. Ralph, my mushroom isn't that small. It's Photoshop. Tell him game. Jesus Christ. What's his name? Academic Agent. Yeah, like, but the thing with the Academic Agent, they actually went to cancel him. Like, man, the thing with the Academic Agent is the worst shit that I have ever seen. So, a group manages to take what he said out of context, show it to his university. He gets fired from his university. The guy is recently married. He's Iranian. That's a bonus, by the way, because it's like the left cares about Iranians and whatnot. Yeah, I see how much they care when they fire them. So, he gets fired. And that's not all. Like, it keeps going. He makes a GoFundMe in order to start his own private business, right? Like, he wants to have, like, this website where he can give seminars and stuff. And he wanted, I don't know, like $10,000 or something to start it up. So he gets the money, the GoFundMe is successful, and then they take down his GoFundMe. I mean, fuck me, you know. Yeah, well, Jantron is also Iranian. You know, like, this is why I don't like these people that claim to speak on behalf of groups. And this is why I would not see eye to eye with people on the right wing that are that are identity politics. Like, they claim to talk about and defend the group, but like one of the group steps out, immediately, bam. You know, like, if you look at the progressive stack, people on Iranian heritage should be really high up to the top. They should be like the Spois Melange. But whenever one steps out of line, bam. Do you disavow dating 18-year-olds? I mean, I guess it's depending your age. I would never be able to find anything in common. Like, when I'm 34. This is actually very interesting. You know, when I was a kid in high school, I never imagined it's like, oh my god, like all these girls that are in high school with me are smoking hot. And I never thought it's like, how would it be to, you know, I would look at a 25-year-old or a 26 and I would see the cellulitis. And I was like, how can people date something like that? Well, why would people date? Like, man, I will hate when I'm 25 and I won't be able to date high school girls. And now, like, when I hear two high school girls talk, because I go to a restaurant and they're, like, next table to me, and it's like, oh, did you see that Josh bought a new phone for Maggie? And, like, Maggie didn't tell me about it. Oh, my gosh, she's such a calm. It's like, I think I would shoot myself. I would eat lead if I had to spend, like, even 2 seconds next to one of them. So, yes, I personally wouldn't be able to. Want a right-wing channel list? Yeah, you should, you should just give me a right-wing channel list on DMs. I don't know anyone edgy on YouTube, though. It's not teenagers, but valley girls. Like, man, no, it's the immaturity of it all. Like, I much prefer having a girl like my fiancée that has her shit together and brings an income to the household and helps me out with, you know, whatever problem we're facing. Like, I don't see an 18-year-old doing that. Jesus. Romanian girls talk like Californian girls. No, but they have, like, this weird accent. Like, there's two types of girls. You know, like, the teenage girls speak really differently. It's just like, oh my god. You know, like, we have our own equivalencies. So you kind of get it. There are 40-year-old Californian women who talk like that. I think it's a lifestyle, you know, of talking like this. And like, the problems that they're facing, they're so minuscule. Like, the problems that they're facing are like, just, like, you know, that, like, let me tell you something that my fiance is facing, you know, because, like, some of these problems seem to stick. over the years. Like she comes really upset. She comes really upset that something happened at work, and she's like almost about to cry, you know. And I'm like, heaven hell, like what happened? You know, like did you get fired? Like what happened? And she tells me that she's got like this colleague at work, right? Like this person that she works with, and she was angry at her because she didn't wait for her in front of the hospital so they can go in together. And she views that as a betrayal because apparently, like, they have to cooperate, like they have to, you know, not try to compete with each other. And like because she went in first, the professor said that saw that she came on time and chastised the other girl. And I'm like, you do not know how lucky you are, woman. Like you do not know, like God himself is holding you in his hands. Like if this is the problem that you have, like what the fucking hell? It's like, you know, my mind can't even comprehend this level of difficulty. You know, like this was to be just you know, like just tell her, like, yeah, sure, you can cooperate and you can be together and whatever, but that doesn't mean you have an umbilical cord that connects you. You know, that doesn't mean that you have to hold your hands as you go into the hospital. Holy fucking shit. And like I keep getting like these types of problems every day that I have to, you know, just go yeah, no, yeah, that's absolutely horrible. Yeah, no, I kind of get it. Yeah. I mean, I get like problems. You know, you got fired. You're having difficulty at your workplace. You know, like you don't have money to pay for food. Like these are problems I understand, but like, come on. Oh my fucking god. She just graduated high school. Who did? They were talking while she was in high school, though. Is she that young? Like, I didn't carbon date her. I didn't even watch the video. So, I genuinely, like, don't know. Faith is the high school girl. Ralph's girlfriend is 18. Well, you know, like, I'm not going to pretend to judge. Like, if I had a friend, you know, that found an 18-year-old girl, it's like, yeah, okay. Not my business. Like, I mean, as long as it's legal, I'm not going to start to moralize what people date. In fact, in Romania, it's legal to date above 16. I mean, it's a different culture. Like, enjoy multiculturalism. So, he might be 34. Like, I get it, but like, you know, if you had an 18 girl that came up to you and was using succubus techniques on you, like, what would you do? You know, whatever. It's not my type. I already have a fiance. Like, my dating life is over now, so yeah. She got substance abuse issues and admitted to self-harm. Do you think it's okay for him to pray girls on that? Like, I don't know, man. Do I look like the fucking church? Do I look like a priest to you? Like, go ask your father. And by father, I don't mean like actual daddy. I mean like the priest that you frequent. Morality is up to the church. I'm here for entertainment. I'm literally like, I don't care. You know, like, I don't call myself a centrist. I used to be a leftist. I don't give a shit. You know, is it legal? Yes, fine, okay. Whatever. Go to your vicar. And go to the fucking temple. And ask, what do they have there? What do they have at the temple? The rabbi, okay? Go to the temple and ask the rabbi. Go to the mosque and ask the imam. Like, why do you come to me and you ask, like, oh, is it okay, V? Is it not okay? Get the hat. I should get the hat. If it's legal, then I'll eat Arigo. Holy shit. Now, you know why I don't like to talk about morality that much and moralize people? It's because it's really easy to see what's popular. Like right now, I can be like, oh yes, 18-year-old girl. I mean, it's something really easy to do, and then all of you guys will be like, oh, V, you're such a moral person. Oh, you have the correct stances. Oh, V, oh, yeah, I don't want that. It feels fake. It feels fake. It's like, it's just, it's not something that I like when other people do. Like, I just conduct my life in a way I think it's appropriate, and if you want morality, conduct yourself like me. Like, that's what I have to say. I generally don't like, because it's so easy. It's so fucking easy to look around and see what other people are doing, and it's like, oh, no, oh, like, for eyeball disinfectant or solvent or acid. I haven't watched the video though. It was just narrated to me. If you want morality, go ask Father Louis. I wouldn't ask Father Louis because I think his morality is a little bit, like his morality clock is a little bit unwind. I hear you, but someone with substance abuse problem isn't necessarily being taken advantage. Zigzag, you already understand the problem here. Why do you ask me? You're like a woman, Zigzag, okay? You're like a woman that already took a decision and just asked me for confirmation. Like, you already tried on the dress. You already like it. And now you just want me to tell you that it's beautiful. Like, this is what you want. When people are asking me, it's like, oh, yeah, but is it like him taking advantage of a substance abuse? Like, look, man, you just like, you know the answer to this. Alright, like, sink it in your heart. You know it. Why are you asking me to just go like, yes, absolutely, yes, you're right, yes. Simping for V. Thank you, Cool Vic. Make him feel pretty. Make him feel pretty. Like, man, I will tell you, if you want to put it like that, if you're a 33-year-old guy, 33-year-old, right? And you have $20,000 per month income, and you're trying to impress an 18-year-old girl, it's not a hard thing to do. It is really not a difficult thing to impress a teenage girl if you have a $20,000 income. It doesn't matter. Like, the substance abuse can be a bonus, can be an added extra. If you really want my opinion on this. But again, like, I don't think it matters, like, what do you want me to say? It's like, is this like, condemn him? It's like, all right, I disagree. Oh, he disagrees. Please tell me murder is wrong. Yes, Raidon. Yes. Depends on the circumstance, actually, because self-defense, like, it's still allowed in some countries. Ralph makes $1,000 a week. Well, no, like, I was talking about how much money he was making on YouTube, because on YouTube he accidentally showed the income tab, and it said like $22,000 a month, because, like, maybe that was a really good month, maybe that obviously is not getting all that money, but, like, even if you're making $3,000, let's say you're making, $4,000 a month, okay? Let's say you're making that. With that money, you can impress a teenage girl. Like, it's not difficult. Like, the other people her age bracket are going to have a difficulty trying to keep up with this. He wishes he was making 30. Yeah, like, if it's legal, I don't care. I mean, do you think it's okay for a 33-year-old to date and live with an 18-year-old? No, it's fucking odd, man. Like, it's fucking weird. But, like, I'm the one to talk. Like, my fiance is 9 years younger than me, and I'm 33. So, I mean, her parents are okay with it. We're getting married. So, like, if that's the case, I mean, I feel like being the person to cast the first stone. So, yeah. That's not weird. I mean, I don't know, like, it was an impediment. Like, meeting her parents was difficult, I'll put it like that, but they didn't care. Apparently, like, in their family, they have, like, a lot of these marriages with 10-year-old differences, so... her parents are not okay with it. Her father got in a fight with Ralph on Twitter, Jesus. dating younger is based. I mean, you know, you reach an age like mine, and you notice that all the women your age are already taken or they're already married. So what do? Well, you have to date a little bit younger. Now, I met her at a medical conference. I met her in real life, and we talked it over, and you know, like we liked each other. So there you go. I'm guilty of impersonating a teenager. The money I'm pretty put together now, so it's easy to get a girlfriend when you got an army money. Girlfriend is 17, I'm 20. That's not even a big age difference, dude. If you're 20 and she's just 3 years younger, again, like in my country, 16 is the legal age, so I don't know where you're from. But like 3 years, I mean, you know, like she has a job. She already works, so it's fine. 16 is legal in Kentucky. Okay. Sargon won. Like, literally all he had to do was to... Jesus, what the cat is doing. Literally what he had to do was to ignore all of this. Legal age in Texas is 70. You know, like, there is one thing that's weird about the legal age. Like, let's say you're 17 and she's 14. I mean, yeah. That's 3 years difference. You know, like you meet her in the same school. And then as time passes by, like she's going to be 17 and you're going to be 20. Like, is that, you know, like it was okay for you in the past, but now it's not? Like, how did they do this? Sargon is having a stream with a Settler's Lament and Charlemagne. I didn't know that. Don't join Sargon's stream. Stay here. More important. I don't feel like I won anything, to be honest. Like, I think when Ralph started pushing that interesting concept that me and Sargon are furries and we're doing it in Second Life and we've kept it hidden for over 10 years, I was like, yeah, I'm done. You know, like, I mean, that I can't refute that. You know, I looked at the evidence, I'm like, okay, well, you know, congratulations. And then I stopped interacting. So... like, if you think I won because of it, okay, whatever, but like I just it's not my thing, let's put it like that. Oh, it's in 2 days. It's probably going to be about Spandrel. Like, how can you refute something like this? You know, so like we were evil geniuses, just, you know, he's a married man. I was dating someone at the time. But we managed to, like, hide this in order to have, like, this secret life. And of all the places, we chose Second Life, right? And we were having, like, this thing that no one really knew about it for years. Like, you know, like, when you're a YouTuber and you get, like, 400,000 viewers and subscribers like Sargon, like, no one managed to recognize him. No one managed to, like, hey, are you Sargon? No. It was kept hidden. Not a secret life, a second life. Yeah, I need to write a book about it. Seriously. I need to put it in Dungeons and Dragons, actually, in my campaign. A secret affair. Yes, a secret affair. It was very difficult to keep it hidden from his fiancée. Yeah, it was very difficult to keep it hidden from the girlfriends that I used to have in the past. But, yeah, I mean... oh, like, look, Monday Matt is in the chat. Today's been fun. Matt. Why don't you post, you know, like, why don't you make public to the internet a video with you, spreading someone's butt cheeks? Like, this is, again, you know, like, for those of you who came here a little later, like, I understand if a YouTuber or a streamer is caught in an uncompromising position, okay? Like, I fully understand Vosh, who happens to enter the room, sits on his computer, talks on the mic, and behind him comes the princess. And the princess is without clothing, you know, with eyes showing that she is tired. Alright, like, I get that. And people get to see everything. I understand. You know, it can happen. What I don't understand is, like, when you do it to yourself. Like, you record yourself. Like, first of all, why did he make that recording? Like, man, I do not count the number of times me and my girlfriend rub pelvises. like that's just like, you lose count after a while. But never have I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the phone and I'm going to videotape. Like, why? Why you do this? You can, okay, fine. And then why would you make it public? And if you do make it public, why is it that you decide to take the gun that Jesus Christ gave you and protrude it within her anal cavity, within the Cave of Wonders, okay, the Cave of Mist, the Pirate Cove, and you scoop some of that chocolate, and you whiff, like, what? A silent demon boss music, yes. And apparently people are saying that the pecker isn't up to standards. Now, I don't know. Like, the only pecker that I have seen from a YouTuber was The Amazing Atheist. Like, that is a recording of The Amazing Atheist out there. And yes, it does not definitely go up to standard. So that is like my standard of reference. Okay, like, are we talking bigger than The Amazing Atheist, or are we talking smaller or same size? You know, like, that is something that I want to. Unrelated, how common is English in Romania, and good places to visit in your country? Will you ever visit America to enjoy the Second Amendment? YouTube is censored. Okay, so there was like this BBC interview where the interviewer actually got a homeless girl from the street. You know, she was sleeping in the canals and she was speaking perfect English. So you get to understand, like, almost everyone here in the city, almost every single person speaks English. The music that we listen to is English. The movies that we get to see in cinema are in English. Computers work in English. Almost everyone speaks English. Like, if you come to Romania, you will have absolutely no difficulty in understanding yourself with other people. Unless it's like an old elderly person, you know, like someone that's a little bit over the age, yeah. Places to visit, Kele Bicazului, I would recommend it. And I want to come to America, but it's very expensive, and it's also a long flight, so. And not now with the COVID, because with the COVID, like, you can risk just having the border shut down, so yeah. The reason Ralph made the video, okay, now finally I get the lore, was to own her ex-boyfriend who revealed texts of her saying that she's only with Ralph for money and clout. No. Like, is this? So like, okay. If the girl would have said, he's got a small pecker, would he felt the need to lift himself on the stream and pull his pants down to show everyone? I mean, I guess at this point it would. I mean, at this point, that would have been less bad than what he did. And here's the question. If you really want to show that, why do you have to show a whole video? Why can't you just show a picture? Why can't you edit out the interesting bits, like the ones where you try to sneak into the alcove and you try to rob some of the stalactites and stalagmites that are in the cave? You know, like, why do you feel the need to do this? He drank 2 pints of bourbon. Like, man, I'm going to say, you know, like, I usually don't moralize, as I mentioned, but like, how many times did he get in trouble because of alcohol? I mean, he had like, what, 3 years to quit? What is happening here? Just left the rage. Did a recap. Please don't delete. No, I'm deleting this. If you recorded it, you can share it around. I don't give a shit. But like, you know, YouTube doesn't like when you talk about people smelling other people's feces. Yeah, Ethan Ralph apparently had the ex-boyfriend of his current girlfriend, if I'm understanding it correctly, saying that she only stays with her for clout and to get influence and money. So Ether shows a sex tape where he tries to describe the adventures of Sinbad the Sailor, and his pecker was the boat that had to get in a port to get away from the storm. So what ends up happening is that he also, you know, I've said it so many times that people are probably disgusted by now, but like he tries to get to get his spoon into the cave with black people, and gets some of the indigenous people from there on his spoon and then sniffs it, you know, like, you know. I don't know how to describe it in pleasant ways, in manners that are stimulating for one's imagination. I watched a lot of old movies, you know, like they're very racist by today's standards. But we play comedy music in Dungeons and Dragons campaign, surely not copyrighted. You would be so heavily mistaken. Rectal retort. Oh my god. I'm not talking about like actual black people. I'm talking about, you know, the mole people, you know, like the underground, those movies you would watch where there's like an entire civilization of other people underground. You know, they're not humans, they're something else, and like, yeah, that's the type of people that were being scooped up. Just so there's no misunderstanding, like I'm not talking about actual human beings. I'm talking about, oh my god, the prison chocolate, yes. The Morlocks, yeah, that's what they were called. Like that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about those old movies, you know, and they were like the Murlocs. Google the Murlocs. You know, like I could understand, like, when Ralph drew his piece on stream, was it the same gun he used here? I don't know. The amazing atheist girlfriend was 18 and he was 30 when he met her. Now, I'm going to tell you something about being a YouTuber, alright? You get a lot of exposure when you're a YouTuber. Even if you're like a small-time creator, let's say you get like, I don't know, 1,000 people watching you per stream. Usually that's like popularity. That's what girls like. And you're going to get actual girls contacting you. So if you're someone like the amazing atheist who has like a big audience, got like a big pull, he's got a lot of places to choose from. And, you know, like, I guess he gets what he wants. Get exposure like Vosh. Like, I'm pretty sure Vosh has like a lot of ladies contacting him, but I'm pretty sure he probably loves the woman he's with, because otherwise, like, he could literally, like, just, man, like, I know some of Vosh's female fans, they're a little bit devoted to the cause, let's put it like this. So, you know, like, even if you look ugly as a guy, you're going to still have, like, a lot of people that are going to contact you. He sleeps with anything. Vosh is polyamorous. Yeah, but, like, doesn't he have a girlfriend? Shoanhead is quite devoted. Jesus. Oh my god, Vosh and Shoanhead. That would be an interesting fit. Where do I start watching on this? No, I'm not giving a link. I haven't watched it myself. I'm not encouraging people to watch it. Shu is single. Yeah, like a lot of people were telling me, okay, Shu is done. You know, she's done because she got separated from was it her fiance? Like, weren't they married? Is it a divorce? Like, I don't know. Like, I know they got engaged, but I don't know if they actually got married. But anyway, like, dude, the chick is actually funny. You know, like, she is legitimately funny. She makes people laugh. She's not bad looking. I mean, yeah, I know she uses a lot of makeup and all, but, like, let's face it, like, she's not that bad looking. I am curious, like, how she looks in the morning. And she's famous. She's into BDSM. I don't think she's going to have a problem finding a guy. Like, I literally don't think. In fact, I think there's more people that are going to give money to her now than there were before. So, I'm sorry, but, like, I genuinely don't think she's over. She wears wigs. It doesn't matter if she wears wigs. I mean, dude, like, every single girl uses makeup. Every single girl is going to take a picture of herself and then Photoshop the things she doesn't like. They're going to Photoshop away that cellulitis. So, no, I'm sorry, but, like, I mean, like, for my age, I wouldn't be ashamed to date someone that looks like her. I genuinely wouldn't. But if you're like an 18-year-old guy, like, yeah, maybe, you know, you can choose something else. What do 18-year-old go for nowadays? Like, what is on Twitch that boys like? I mean, Alinity is getting a little bit vintage, isn't she? Like, she's like a good wine that starts to turn into a little bit sour. Who's on Twitch? Pokimane. Yeah, by the way, like, can you guys explain something to me? Cause I need this explanation. At what age do men understand the secret of life? The secret of life is that if you see a girl that's hot on the internet and she has the confidence to put herself out there, she's got like the confidence to take a camera and whoop, show her tits, and she's taking money from strangers, when do people realize that they have boyfriends? Like, it is impossible. Like, this is like, this should be a law of the internet, okay? If she's got more than 1,000 subscribers, she has the confidence to show her boobies, and she daily live streams, she has a boyfriend. Like, why are people so shocked? It's like, oh my god, Pokimane has a boyfriend. or oh my god, Alinity has a boyfriend. Oh, like, how the fuck? Like, why? Why would you just look, the money? Like, you okay, you don't understand Pokimane, like the Pokimane phenomenon. All right, like, she is a millionaire. Like, this is what you need to understand. This woman, you probably want her to be your daughter because she is a millionaire. She will give you some of that money. Alright? And even if you disagree with her lifestyle and you disagree with her life choices, you can say, you know what? We can insert another coin, have another daughter. Like, maybe the first one we did a mistake. But like, we can have another one and take some of the money from her that she will give us, and we can, you know, like, raise someone else. And maybe we can do it properly the second time. But like, here's the thing. Pokimane, right? She manages to be a millionaire, and she has people, like, the conversations that I have seen are very difficult to believe. Like, she actually says, like, there were people saying they couldn't pay rent, so they're being evicted, but they managed to give $500 to Pokimane. Like, I don't think ever throughout humankind did people voluntarily give money to a millionaire while they are being evicted from their house. You say it's old news. Look how people in the chat are reacting. They still can't wrap their mind around. You have the Sims just arguing with each other over who donated more. Like, it's a competition for them. Like, you know, like, the shaming each other for not donating this month. And then you have, like, people that are engaged, like, they're married or they have a fiancé, and they're saying that their fiancé is angry because, yet again, they donated to Pokimane. I mean, like look, I understand, you know, like, if you're a 16-year-old guy and you want to crack a nut and there's this beautiful lady on the screen and you're throwing some cash at that, like, I understand the phenomenon, you know, like, At least you'll say, well, maybe they'll grow out of it. Maybe it's going to happen that they grow. I get that, like it can happen. But what I don't understand is like when you're a fucking adult and you're getting evicted from your house and you donate to Pokimane. So like, It's a Gundam makes a video about this, and she goes after his sponsors, and then people look into her past and whatnot and find out that she's got a boyfriend. And they make it an announcement, and I'm telling you, guess how people reacted to it? Micah Curtis said he's coming for you. I don't know who Micah Curtis is. But like, wow, Twitch Girls is what made me absolutely hate capitalism. Okay, no, I will tell you that Twitch Girls, and I have made this statement many times, and I will tell you that, no, I fully agree with Twitch Girls. I think Twitch Girls are actually a net positive to the gaming ecosystem. Like, it's better to have Twitch Girls than not to have Twitch Girls. And here's the reality, okay? You need to understand human nature. Like, this is undeniable. Like, you cannot deny this part of human nature. Simps exist, okay? Like, it is part of nature that there are men who want to part with their money for beautiful girls. If internet didn't exist, they would go after ladies that are in real life, that have like big titties or fake titties, or, they look good, and they will fall victim to these ladies. So the internet is just putting it out in the open. But like, these people that just have money and want to get rid of it exist in the wild. Okay? They're like Pokemon. When you play Pokemon, you can't choose what you find in the wild. Okay? That exists. That is a given. Now, here's my point. There are certain women that are trying to push harmful ideologies. Like Anita Sarkeesian, like Zoe Quinn, like, what was her name? Rebecca Watson. These women that are trying to destroy communities. These women that are trying to make the world worse. And these women, guess where they get their money from? Guess where the funding is coming from? Yeah, you guessed it, from simps. Because they see a pretty lady on the screen, and they're like, oh, take my money, beep, 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 right? That's how it used to be back in 2014. But now you have like the Twitch streamers, the booksome ladies, the thoughts, as you call them. They're harmless. They're not destroying communities. They're not, they just exist. They just want to make money. So they're taking money away from the harmful people. Like, instead of having people give money to ideologues, they give money to Alinity or what. I don't fucking care like what Alinity does. Like, overall, in the grand scheme of things, she's not a danger. She's not fucking my video games because she exists. So I, as a person who am not a simp, and I want my video games to be entertaining, I would rather have the simps that, again, exist in the life, move their funding towards something harmless. Like, the way I view the thoughts, it's like one of those antennas that catch lightning. Like one of those lightning rods that make sure that it goes into the lightning rod and it doesn't strike someone on the street. That's how I view these people. So, you can't convince me that they're bad. That's what a simp would say. No, a simp would donate money to Anita Sarkeesian. That's who you want to actually get the donation. Like, you need to understand, these things are force of nature, okay? Like, the money from the simps are going to flow. They're like lightning. You cannot stop the lightning. But what you can do is you can redirect it somewhere else. So when is V gonna sell his bathwater? Oh my god, like, I would actually want to sell Romanian grave dirt. Like, I would do that, I would sell Romanian grave dirt. But like, when I looked at it, it's like the fact that I would have to find ways to legally sell it, to pay taxes and stuff like that, and I don't know if you can even ship it internationally in many countries, so it's like, man. You mentioned Pokemon and the mechanics, like, this is my show of respect. Well, thank you, Diego Flores. There is a market for that. What happens if I get, like, a lot of demand? And someone in Romania, like, some reporter is going to come to my graveyard and they're going to think, like, someone is unearthing the corpses. When it's like, no, it's just like someone just needs to get some dirt. Why grave dirt? I live near a graveyard. Like, man, you don't know how many people have asked me for it. Like, I just pitched the idea and then people just asking me for that. And I think, like, yeah, like someone pointed out, like the goth community would want it. I don't even know if it's legal though. I don't think it's illegal to go in a graveyard and just take some dirt. Like, I don't think you're breaking any rules. Though, like, at one point, if it's found out, like, people might say it's immoral. I guess, like, you might get punished for, you know, like, taking, like, if you take it from a grave, from someone's grave, yeah, I guess, like, that would be not okay, but, you know, like, I wouldn't have to take it from a grave. Like, it'd just be, like, some road or something. It would still be grave dirt. It's private or federal here, so very illegal. Like, yeah, but, like, what you're taking, like, if you're taking just a small cup, I don't think it's worth the authorities' time pursuing. Like, I would have to look into the laws, but this is why I'm not selling it. You don't need to tell your customer that it's just dry potting soil you got at the hardware store. Well, no, but that's the whole pitch. You know, that's the whole selling pitch. It's Romanian grave dirt. Imagine staying up till 10 morning as an Estonian only to walk in the live stream 20-25 minutes before the sex tape. Only because I saw some random lick on the farms. Jesus. Holy ground. Yeah, it is holy ground. It would be holy dirt. Like, you could throw it on a diabolical apparition. Like Pokimane. And she would take damage. It's like, it burns. It's a Gundam is the best Thought Patrol. Man, like, It's a Gundam was a channel that I shield heavily because I really like this content, but his humor has been significantly reduced. And this is not because of him, it's because of YouTube. Like, I can't wait until another platform comes along so that he can actually be as humorous as he was before. And I really can't watch his videos ever since he censors himself. It's like, wah, wah. It's like, oh my god, just either curse properly or don't curse. Like, why do you have, like, that annoying censorship? Get a gym for the double chin. Man, like, I'm actually on a diet. So I think the last couple of weeks, sorry, I feel like I'm dying because I'm on a diet. One day I woke up, and I'm going to make a video about this because it's motivational, you know. But one day I woke up and I realized that, holy shit, I'm fat. You know, like, I look at me and I'm fat. And then I remember, like, when I was a kid, I always wondered, like, there was this case with a fat guy who couldn't get into the courthouse because he literally couldn't fit through the doors. And I'm like, how does that happen? Like, how does a person get so fat that they can't fit through the... Like, at one point in your life, you need to realize, like, I need to stop eating. You know, like, I need to do something. Like, it must be, like, a problem where you can't get out of the bed, you know? So in my case, it wasn't that. It was that I climbed a flight of stairs and I was already panting, you know, and I like it doesn't matter how I look because I already have a fiance, right? So it was just like I didn't feel healthy, you know, I didn't feel good. So like, okay, you know, I'm gonna go on a diet. So I got like this nutritionist lady, and she initially asked. Like, this is such a scam, in my opinion, but, like, whatever. She initially asked for, like, $20 for a checkout, you know, and she asks you, like, what type of foods do you like, what type of foods do you hate, what is your job, you know, how much activity you do, blah, 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 blah. And then she asks you $150, I think, for a diet. Like, if you want her to give you the diet after the checkout, you have to give 150. My god. So anyway, like, she gives me this diet, and I had 90 kilograms, and now I have 84. And this is less than 2 weeks. Like, it's working. But I think, like, I'm going to die. Like, I'm not allowed any sweets. I'm not allowed a bottle of beer. I'm not allowed, you know, like, nothing except what's on the diet. And... yeah, it's very difficult because you have to eat 3 times a day. Most of these meals require preparation. I spend more time preparing meals than I enjoy eating them. And the problem with the beer is not that, like, I don't drink beer um, in order to, like, entertain myself. I don't drink beer when I'm home alone. But, like, I like to go out with friends, I like to go out. And, like, when you go out with friends, what do? You can't buy a beer. You can't buy a glass of Pepsi. You can't buy anything. So you just sit there with a glass of water in your hand. So it's like, yeah. Dude, I did not pay $150 to go on Slash Fit. And I don't even want to be Slash Fit. I just want to lose some weight. My God, like, when you tell the internet that you want to lose weight, it's like the people activate. And everyone comes with their solution and say, hey, have you tried pulling weights? Have you tried going to the gym? Do I have the mug of some motherfucker that wants to go to the gym? Like, when did you look at my facial expression and you say, you know what I see there? I see a guy who wants to work out. I don't want to be fit. I don't want to work to the gym. I just want to lose 10 kilograms. That's it. That's it. Like, that's literally my goal in life. And, yeah, like, not drinking Pepsi was very difficult. But, like, hey, Snowy Banana. The biggest issue. Yeah, like, the diet doesn't have carbs, but the diet has a little bit of soy. I think it's like once or twice a week that I have to make like a mash of soy or something. It's the most disgusting thing that I have ever ate. It reminds me of my childhood. Like, I keep saying, during communism, all of the meats were towards the export. So there was just like salami made out of soy, sausages made out of soy, like almost everything was made out of soy. So yes, now I eat soy. You can laugh it up. But I love how some people are saying that it's like poison. And I get it, like the molecule of soy is very similar in its composition like the molecule of estrogen. But like the quantity you're eating is very low. So unless you're like putting shovels of tofu down your throat, it shouldn't affect you. But yeah, it's like a lot of soy, a lot of mushrooms. Like, I swear to God, like this. Oh my God! And this lady is so cancer. Like, this lady. I go in for my weekly checkup, and she notices that I lost like 4 kilograms, and now my pants are falling off from me because I lost a lot of weight in 1 week. And she asked me for permission. Like, she asked me for consent if she can put that on Facebook. And I say, yeah, sure, put it on Facebook. And she says, with a healthy diet and a lot of work, my patient managed to lose 4 kilograms. Hashtag perseverance. Hashtag eating healthy. Hashtag, and it was like hashtag. Like, who the fuck did I choose to go for? Like, oh my fucking God. Like, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I'll try to... Like, I'll try to find the actual thing where she I don't want to dox her, like, cause like normally you would think I would do her a good thing, but like I know you guys, and I know you would contact her without the actual interesting to. All right. So I found it. I will show you like the most cancerous post that I have seen ever in my life. So let me just copy this. Like, I didn't even know these people exist in Romania, but like I guess she's younger than me, so give me just a second so I can redact her name. Normally, like, she would probably want me to show her name so that, like, I mean, the treatment works and whatever, but, like, I know you guys would contact her on Facebook and start trolling, and I really like her as a nutritionist, and I want to keep her. If you like your nutritionist, you get to keep your nutritionist. That's what Obama said, so... Oh my God, like, this is just... Oh, Like, when you guys are going to see it, you're going to face palm yourself so hard. Well, where is the eraser? I can't find the eraser in Paint. Here we go. Alright, I found it, so. Okay, I think it's safe to show. Alright, like, get ready for a big load of cancer. Okay? 6 days eating plan. Okay. Hashtag glove by hashtag job. Who the fuck writes like this? Why do you put hashtag love by hashtag job? Like, oh god. 6 days of diet, and the result is a weight loss, which comes together with better energy, more health, and a healthy diet. 4 centimeters around the gut and 2.2 kilograms. A balanced diet that is applied correctly can also work in the family. You can even reach 2 kilograms with small changes to the lifestyle. For example, changing the way you prepare your food. Congratulations for the rigorous schedule and maintaining the diet. Hashtag perseverance, hashtag ambition, hashtag success, hashtag action, hashtag preventive with hashtag recommendation, hashtag nutritional, hashtag personalized. Kill me. Kill me. Like the cringe. The fucking cringe. The fucking cringe. Yeah, she forgot hashtag soy boy. Could you look up those hashtags? Yes. You know, like, those hashtags are so general that, you know, feel free to look at them. Yeah, feel free to look at hashtag job and find it out. She's a woman, man, like, my girlfriend doesn't write like that. Holy shit. I don't know women that write like that. Like, at least not in my age bracket. Like, that might be the Generation Z type of thing. Ask her if the carnivore diet about the one on Joe Rogan. Oh my god, like, she was bewildered by the way I consume things. Alright? Like, when I told her how I eat, it was as if a fascist walked into the room, you know? Like, she was acting very bizarre when I explained to her how I eat. And I was like, lady, look, I go to the supermarket, and you know where they have, like, those big chunks of meat? Yeah, like, I just take one of them, I put it on the pan, smack, put the oil on it, bloop, 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 you know, put a little bit of grease there, and then fry it 2 minutes on one half, fry it 2 minutes on the other half, I throw it in the oven after that, and then I eat. With 2 loaves of bread. And that's my food. For the day. Yes, for the day. Like, I don't eat anything else. That's what I eat. And it's like, she was bewildered. It's like, she didn't really understand, you know? And I told her, it's like, yeah, I also wanted bloody. Like, I wanted, like, a virgin lady that barely touched the pan. You know, like, that's how I want it. And she, like, it blew her mind. Like, she couldn't comprehend. It's like, oh, so no salad? No. And, like, yeah, it seems like a normal meal, right? She was literally shaking. Yeah, like, she couldn't believe it. And now, like, I got so much fish. Like, I don't think fishermen eat as much fish as I do. If you cannot stop eating junk food, maybe you should mess with your neurochemistry. Man, I wasn't eating junk food. Like, I was actually eating healthy meat. You know, like, I go to the supermarket, I take the meat, boom, into the oven it goes, and then on my plate it sits. And that was like my meal for a day. The problem isn't eating junk food. The problem is eating once a day, not drinking a lot of liquids. Plus, like, I was also taking energy drinks and a lot of Pepsi. Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, but I do enjoy partaking in Pepsi. So, yeah. You are spelling out why you are overweight. Yeah, I know. Like being overweight is part of being. Like here's the thing. When I was thin, and I was thin for most of my life. I mean, I used to have 65 kilograms for a long while. I think it was until I was 23 or 24. Like I was a thin motherfucker, and all of a sudden I exploded. And the reason for it is that like when I was thin, I couldn't understand how it's like to be hungry. You know, because I could go without eating for an entire day and I would get hungry almost like at 9 p.m. if I didn't eat all day. But now, if I don't eat, I actually get into a almost like a, how should I call it? It's not a sugar coma, but it's like, how can I translate it? Yeah, a glucidic rush. I get like, no, whatever, the English, blah. But it's like my extremities are shaking. I get very anxious, very angry. I start to sweat. And you know, it's really not something that I experienced before. No, it's not yeah, like a hypoglycemic crisis, you could say. But it's yeah, and if you eat like a banana or a chocolate, it's fine. That's one thing. The second thing is like when you're 65, it's like exercising is easy, but when you get fat, it's more difficult to exercise. So, like the more you procrastinate and the more you allow to get fatter and fatter, the more difficult it is to lose weight. Eat 3 small meals a day, no sugar, no drinks, no candy. Yeah, exactly. This is what we're doing right now. You know, me and my girlfriend, and it is very difficult. Like going from an unhealthy diet where, you know, I would get hungry at 3 a.m. because I would stay up all night. So I would get hungry at 3 a.m. What do I do? I would go to this non-stop pizza place and just eat an entire pizza. So I can't do that now. Yeah, I mean, she's on a diet too. Like, she wanted to lose a little bit of weight. But, like, honestly, she's not overweight at all. Like, I'm actually told her, it's like, I'm afraid you're going to lose weight from your tits. Like, that's horrible. But, like, she can't prepare 2 types of meals. You know, like, and it would even be difficult to pick 2 types of meals. And I told this to the nutritionist. It's like, look, don't give us like separate types of food because we're not going to cook it. It's already hard to cook 3 meals a day. Like, she's not going to cook 6. It's your right to loot. Having a consistent sleep schedule and eating at the same time every day will help. Yeah, like all of these are hard if you're a YouTuber. You know, like having a sleep schedule. Like, let's say something really interesting happened and you have to make a video right now. I eat healthy and I exercise, struggling to reach 60 kilograms at 175. Dude, I'm 179. I mean, 60 would be a little bit too much. Right now I'm 85, so... yeah. I like the gun speed. I'm obese though, and no one that sees me would think that as I've mostly weighed down by fluid, bone, and muscle. Now, like, you know, like being obese to me wasn't about how I looked. That was upsetting. Like, I didn't matter. You know, like, okay, yeah, you know, fat people aren't going to appear on a fashion magazine, or never mind, now they do. But like, it was the way I felt. Like climbing a flight of stairs and starting to breathe heavily is not something that I enjoyed. And it's not that it's really bad now, but I was thinking, like, if I keep this up and I gain more and more weight, like, when will it stop? And not only that, but like, I will obviously feel worse and worse. So, you know, now I try to lose, and 60 kilograms at 175 with exercise is the way to go. I've never not exercised in my life. I mean, the way I exercise is I have a park nearby, and I take a walk in the park for 30 minutes, alert pace, and, you know, that's what I do. Like, I don't... Oh, and I have a lot of sex in the bedroom, too, so I guess, like, that's exercise. I'm 183. I'm 183 at 90. I think, like, that's pretty much okay, Louis. Being thin will do you good. without, will do you no good without sport. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't want, I want to be fit, you know? I don't want to have muscles or whatnot. Why is talking about sex bragging like it's a normal thing? Jesus, if you didn't have sex up till now, you'll have it later on. Stop being with that mentality. Up the exercise and eat sensibly, and you will drop the excess weight easily enough. You know, as a doctor, it is the best thing to do. Yeah, but I don't care what the best thing to do is. It's like what I want to do right now. Replace your women with a motorcycle. I don't even know how to drive a bike. Like, my daddy didn't hold my ass when I was on a bicycle when I was a kid. So, I don't have much sex at the moment. My wife is pregnant. She doesn't want to. Well, just wait for her to finish the pregnancy, and congratulations, by the way. Holy shit, what are pens? I need to look what pens are. Thank you, Diego. I remember my mom's face when the endocrinologist told her I had to weigh 75 kilograms, and the least I can weigh is 72 because of my bone structure, and how pissed she was because he basically told her she is ignorant since she said I should weigh 65 because of height. Yeah, I mean, the body mass index is a thing, but why would the doctor call your mom ignorant? That's an interesting approach. Like, from my experience, here in Romania, we don't really have political correctness that much, and doctors are very outspoken. No, BMI is not crap, and I'll tell you in a bit, Ibian. But, like, doctors are really outspoken. And from what I notice is, like, if you insult the patient or you treat them with disrespect, they're less likely to listen to what you have to say. So it's not really the great approach. I mean, I guess it makes you feel good because you snapped at a patient and, you know, you shamed them or whatever. But, like, I've never seen it to give results. Okay, now let's talk about the body mass index. Like, the body mass index is a mathematical formula which separates people into different stages of fatness. So you have underweight, you have normal weight, you have overweight, and then you have obesity. And stage 1 obesity, stage 2 obesity, and morbid obesity. Now, the people who aren't doctors and don't go to med school, they look at it and they think it's like the gold standard or some shit. Listen, you twats, okay? Everyone who says the BMI is crap. When a doctor looks at a patient, do you know what they do? They look at them. If I see Arnold Schwarzenegger come into the office and he is like filled with muscles, like the guy looks like he is packed, and he sits on the scale and it gives me like 300 kilograms. Do you think that just because the BMI is going to say that he is obese, me looking at him and noticing that he is Mr. Muscle, I'm going to write down as obese? No. Like, you actually have to take into account, when you calculate that, you also have to take into account someone that's muscular. So if Entropic, which claims that he's got a BMI of 35, but he's not even close to obese, I get to look at his mug. Okay, you don't put this diagnosis just by... No. So, why you do it with the BMI and why it's important? You actually have a couple of tables where you assess the risk of a diabetic person, right? So someone with diabetes comes to you, and there's like different things that you take into consideration to tell him just in how much shit he is. And you use that table in order to also check to see if the treatment is working. And the body mass index is actually one of those factors. The body mass index is actually very useful for doctors in many diseases at establishing risk factors and, you know, what is the likelihood of the patient to have a stroke in the next 5 years and that type of thing. It's very accurate. But it has to be used as a tool. It's not, again, like if a patient comes to you and you see that he is just made out of pure muscle, you're not going to say he is obese, even if the body mass index tells you he is, right? Gotta love medication being delivered right now. V, can fever kill cancerous cells? I haven't heard of it working. So a cancerous cell is a cell that becomes immortal. It actually stops listening to the rest of the body. It stops receiving signals from other cells, and all it does is it keeps dividing itself. And it is immortal because it doesn't age. It's interesting. It's one of the immortal life forms. So if you take a cell, a cancerous cell, and you give it the nutrients, it will just constantly divide itself. In fact, like there is a, I forgot like the name of the woman, but there's a woman from several decades ago who had some of her cancer cells taken away for medical purposes. And even now, they are the standardized cells that doctors use when they look for treatments and whatnot. Again, like the cell is immortal as long as it keeps getting food. Like it doesn't age, right? So if you keep nourishing the cell, it doesn't show any signs of degradation. It will just divide. The reason is that it eventually kills the host and then the cell dies, right? But anyway, right, so with that put aside, the problem with cancer is that because it constantly divides, it also starts spreading various new type of arteries and vascularization, and it starts feeding from the host. So this is why people with cancer get really thin really fast. They lose a lot of weight. And eventually the cancer spreads, like these cells send into other parts of the body and they metastasize and they form various tertiary tumors, and they start pressing on important organs, right? Like they can press on the heart, they can press on the lungs, they can press on airways, or they can press on the brain, and that's why you die because of cancer. The doctor called my mom ignorant because aside the BMI index she calculated is the fact that she ranted how it was my fault I have hypothyroidism. I inherited from her after she took a test. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. Like your doctor has a very weird way of handling patients. Let's just put it like that. No, it's not angiogenesis, it's neoangiogenesis. So cancer will make you lose weight. How is the easiest way to get cancer? The easiest way to get cancer is the human papilloma virus. It apparently doesn't affect men as much, but you can have it in your fetus, and if you give it to a woman, she gets cervical cancer. And there is a vaccine against the human papilloma virus, which is the first anti-cancer vaccine in the world. According to South Park, stick your balls in a microwave. You can get injected with cancer cells. I don't think that actually might work because them not being your cells will be detected by the immune system and attacked instantly. The problem with cancer is that it's part of your cells and the immune system has a problem recognizing them. Men don't have cervix. Well, yeah, tell that to the cancer. Wouldn't that be a foreign body? What, the virus? The virus is a foreign body, but like it's not the virus that is the problem. It's like the way it's acting with your cells that is creating them to mutate into cancerous cells. Some men have a cervix. Yeah. Not in Romania, they don't. not in Romania. Like cervixes seems to have borders. I've yet to hear a doctor in Romania saying that. No, I told you, like you don't need uranium, you just need a virus. Cancer is part of you, that's why the cure is yeah. So your immune system is racist, yes. The immune system is very racist. Like try transplanting marrow from a Caucasian to an African American, see what happens. No, the immune system is more like a SWAT team that sometimes manages to get the wrong house and they kick open the door, they kill Fido, and they throw a flashbang grenade into the baby's crib. Hoorah! You know, that's what the immune system is like sometimes. Cancer is a false flag operation. Yeah, like I never understood this in the United States. It's like even the idea that you'll get swatted in people's brain is like already solidified that someone is going to die, and I'm like, okay, but like, if you are to assume that the SWAT is going to kill innocent people, what do they do in a hostage situation? Like someone, some bank robber takes hostages and the SWAT comes in. How do they make sure they don't shoot the hostages? Like what do they do? Our next president is Kamala Harris. Wow, did Joe Biden pick the vice president? Oh my god, that I don't think it's going to be Kamala Harris, and I'll tell you why. It's the same reason that it's not Pete Buttigieg. Believe it or not, the most religious group of people in the United States seems to be the blacks. And I remember like when it was announced that the Supreme Court is allowing gay marriage, a lot of black people were disappointed about this, and the Democrats were livid. It's almost like their little pet is now going haywire, So I don't think it's going to be Kamala because she's a Muslim, if I'm not mistaken. And the same with Pete Buttigieg, like it would upset the black community, which is very Christian. I don't think he picked Kamala. Come on, I'm going to look it over. Holy fucking shit. Kamala Harris as the running mate. Wait. Is Kamala Harris the Muslim woman? Like, maybe I'm mistaken. Like all of this hangs whether I know who Kamala Harris is or not. Okay, she's not the Muslim, right? Did she draw the short straw? Oh my god. Like, why would you pick some of the most far left person? Didn't she also, like, embarrass Joe Biden in a debate? Okay, she identifies as black and sees her experience as American. She going up to a black Baptist church and a Hindu temple. Okay, right, so she's not the Muslim. No, I was thinking about that chick from the Squad. Okay, right, no, my bad. It's still a bad pick in my opinion, but like... will papilloma vaccine work if the person already has the virus? Probably not. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I know why rabies work if you have the virus. It's because rabies moves very slowly. So, I mean, like, yeah, papilloma might work if you have the virus and it didn't give you cancer. Like, if it already gave you cancer, then, yeah. What's her popularity, though? Yeah, I was thinking about Ilhan Omar. Like, that's why I made. Like, yeah, if you'd have picked Ilhan Omar, it was, like, all over. But, like, Kamala Harris, like, who looks at California now and goes, you know what? I want my state to be like California now. Like, it's such a good pick. It's such a good thing. Like, yes, all America. Like, hey, are you in Texas? Are you in Arizona? Are you in Arizona? Do you want your state to be like California? Yeah, vote Joe Biden. Yeah, a lot of people predicted, and even I predicted it's going to be a black woman, but I thought it would be Michelle Obama, to be honest. Like, Michelle Obama would have been a safe pick. It would have been a very safe pick. Honestly, like, what I think the Democrats are going to do is there's going to be, first of all, there's not going to be any debate with Joe Biden. Like, I am 100% sure that there's not going to be a single debate with Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Secondly, they're going to do a lot of fucking with the mail-in voting, and they're going to use COVID as a reason for not voting in person. Like, that's what they're going to do. And, you know, it's going to be... whomever wins, the other guy is going to say, oh, well, because of COVID or because of this or that. I even saw, like, in the New York Times, like, some really weird Democrat, I don't know, fantasies where when Donald Trump wins, like, Joe Biden refuses to step down and calls the legitimacy of the elections to question. and he apparently, like, there are states succeeding the union, and then the Democrats stop listening to what the press has to say, and they listen more to what the journalists have to say. I'm like, what the fuck? What am I reading? And this was like in the New York Times published. Have you seen cells at work? Like what, in the microscope? Yeah, but like we didn't see cells actually doing their thing. In the microscope, they're dead. There will not be mail-in voting. Oh well, they're going to definitely try to push for it. Cells at work, the anime? No, I haven't. Oh my god. The New York Times is a rag nowadays. I don't know, man. Like, see, just because you don't read it doesn't mean other people don't. Like, I know the New York Times is insolvent. It doesn't make money. But, like, what it does is that there's a lot of people pumping cash into it because it's an opinion influencer. Like, you have to understand how the left function, okay? The left doesn't give a shit about the little people. That's why I like that party. You know, when the donkey swings its cock, it gets shit done. Like, the left doesn't care about the peasants. Like, look at this in the black community. Recent polls by Pew Research shows most black Americans, they want more policing. They want more police. Do the Democrats give a fuck? Of course they don't. They don't give a shit. They piss on the little guy, right? They get shit done. So, the way the Democrats work is that they care about institutions, right? They care about what do corporations think, they care about what NGOs think, and they care about what the media thinks. That's it. Like that's where the conversation is happening. They bypass the citizen completely, entirely. You know, just tell me what Sony thinks about. Tell me what Amazon thinks about. You know, tell me what CNN thinks about. That's why they care. They don't give a shit about, like, the random pleb on the street. Abdi, I'm really curious how black people will vote. Now, black people are one of the few demographics, I think the only demographics in the United States that, like, 90% of them vote Democrat. 90% of them. So it's going to be very interesting to see these elections, how they're going to vote. You know, maybe the donkey is going to get castrated in 2020. Who knows? Matt Jarbo is having a blast. Well, I need to check his video. I haven't watched Monday Mass Channel in years, but like now I'm going to look at it. If blacks ever vote 50-50, like every other race, the Democrats will never win an election. Yeah, like from what I see, the Democrats are actually worried about this. Like they're legitimately concerned. Because now they're doing race politics. They're not doing issue politics anymore. You know, like the Republicans are doing issue politics. Like, what's the issue? Unemployment is high. Okay, how do we fix it? What's the issue? Illegal immigration is high. How do we fix it? Okay. No, like, Democrats are like, let me tell you what the black people think. And if you don't for us, you ain't black. You know? So, they're worried because, yes, if the blacks start voting 50-50, they're going to be in a serious predicament. So this is why they want, and I've seen them argue for this. They want to remove the filibuster. They want to stack the Supreme Court. So increase the number of judges in the Supreme Court by, let's say, 4 or 5, and just make sure that they're far left activists. And they want to give illegals the right to vote. If you don't know, in America, there are some places where illegals already have to vote, the right to vote in local elections. So it's not like it hasn't been done. But like if they manage to stack the Supreme Court in their favor, and then they can pass this legislation, then the Republicans will be the ones that never get elected. Oh yeah, like Tucker actually talked about remove the filibuster, yes. Ironic how the African Americans vote for the Democratic Party considering the history of the party in the South. I really don't know what happened there. Like I think the Democrats, the way they influence black Americans is by having like if you look at the black community, there's a couple of black people that are incredibly wealthy. You know, they're the activists, they're the people that are the community representatives, and they're usually like black millionaires and whatnot. And all of black people listen to them. And the Democrats are trying to just get these people to shill for them So they don't care about the masses. Like, they don't care about, you know, the average black person in the hood. No, they just want to tackle with the activists, the one that speak for everyone, and that's how they're doing it. Plus, like, a lot of fear mongering and whatnot. What is a pen? Like, I don't think I've ever received this currency. Let me check it out. Pen. The soul. What is the soul? Holy shit! 1,000 pen is 280 bucks. That's a strong currency. Peen. It's peen. Oh, Peruvian. Oh my god, I have people from Peru watching me. That's so cool. Social security number 000. Man, like, getting rid of the social security number would be interesting. Like, if I'm not mistaken, the social security number was never meant to be used as an ID. Never. And yet they're using it like an ID. Who will win 2020? I mean, if there's no fucking, I have no doubt in my mind that Donald Trump will win. But if there is fucking, and by fucking I mean like try to put mail-in voting, maybe groups of Antifa preventing people to go to vote, like that type of shit, or like riots while the voting is happening, or, you know, oh, the COVID, oh, we must do something about voting, blah, blah, blah. Then I don't know. But like, if there's no fucking, I have no doubt in my mind that Trump will win. Machu Picchu in the house. Gotta play California nya. Love your mod. He don't get it. Alright. I think the pin is weak. The dollar is Chad. I don't know, Tugan Tommy. Haven't seen some dollars from your side of the fence. I'm not complaining. I'm taking my pins, and I'm happy with it. The fucking is better than the happening. Alright. Well, thank you guys for watching this. Again, I'll delete the stream. If you have it recording, feel free to do whatever you want with it. But you know, YouTube doesn't appreciate describing a large individual putting his finger into the anal cavity of a lady, then bringing it up close for inspection. So, yeah. That's what I have described here. You know, the thumb of greatness. The finger funk. Wait 5 minutes? Why do you want me to wait 5 minutes, Bonhart? A hot Sancho. You know, oh my god. Alright. I'll tell you what I did once to upset my missus. I had these peanuts. These peanuts, which were covered in what were they called? Trinad Scorpion Hot Pepper. Trinad Scorpion Hot Pepper. They're like, the thing is, I am used to eating spicy. Alright, like, to me it's no problem. But like, if you eat spicy a lot, after a while you don't feel the spice, so you have to up your game. Trinad Scorpion is like one of the most 3 hottest pepper in the world. Last time I checked, maybe, you know, it fell off because they constantly invent new ones, but whatever. And I ate a couple, and I realized like I have this very spicy dust on my fingers. So my girlfriend was sleeping, right? It was time to wake her up, and I sneak behind her, and, you know, I start massaging her in places. And, you know, she wakes up, she tells me, oh, it's getting a little bit warm. And then it's like, it's getting a little bit hot. And, you know, like, those were things that you could record. I mean, if I were to post that on the internet, it would be funny, it would give me some super chats, but like, eventually it would come to haunt me. So, again, going to Ralph, why would he post that? You know, why would post? No, not in the bot. No, it's in another place. You know, but it's all fun. It's fun. Sarah, daughter of Albion, will be pleased. Yeah. Yeah, Scorpio or naughty bits. I also try like she's kind of sneaky because she realizes when I try to do something like it. So when I ate and then I wanted to go down on her, she went like no, and it's like why not? You always want me to go down on you, and it's like no. she she's a smart woman, you know. What I want to do is like maybe I can find her tampons, but like she gets like those tampons that are wrapped, but I would need to find one and slowly unwrap it and then put some of that dust on it and put it back in. Like that would be an interesting experience. Um yeah. You know what I want to do to my neighbors, by the way? Like there is this thing called a corpse flower. The corpse flower is a very beautiful plant. Like it looks very beautiful. But the problem is like when it blooms into this very magnificent looking flower. Yeah, I think it's Rafflesia or something. It blooms into this very beautiful plant. But it smells of death and decay. Like people who go next to it puke. And when I'm going to move to a house, I'm just going to plant a couple of them in the yard close to my neighbor. You know, like that's going to be funny. Like what is they going to do with it? Like I have a very very wild imagination, you know, with how to upset people, but without doing something that's common and illegal. Like there's nothing illegal planting corpse flowers, you know. It's also not harmful. Oh my god. All right. Thank you for watching, and it's getting deleted. See you guys later. Take care.